Hey guys, Cdrama Invasion here. Welcome back to my channel. And it's been a while since we had updates on the Wu Yifan or Kris Wu case, but we finally have a verdict. Before we cover it, I do have to say that I have a couple of videos on him already for detailed explanation on various stages from the beginning, covering like the what we know, what we don't know, until later on when he got detained, as well as other scandals and stuff like that. So do check it out in my Scandals Explained playlist. I'll leave it down in the description box below. Make sure to subscribe to not miss out any future content, and let's just get into it. So a very basic recap of this is that he was allegedly accused of various counts of misconduct with a bunch of women. There were many different charges. So there was one for buying, engaging, and also encouraging others to participate in these parties and stuff, which was involving the P word, prostitution. And basically for a while there was just very little official news because they were just working on the trial and everything was quite hush-hush. There was a lot of talk from netizens and various sources online. A lot of his ex-girlfriends or ex-victims all said similar stories. There were just too many to keep track of. I think over maybe near 20 people came out and said that he did something to them, that he lured them to some party, and while they were unconscious, he R-worded them. So the word rhyming with tape. But initially there were just too many accounts of this happening that they couldn't distinguish whether or not it was true. And most of these allegations are from online Weibo users. Most of them were anonymous as well. So aside from the main like 3 to 4 girls, Du Meiju, as well as some other women, there weren't any that really could be tracked because they either deleted their post or like they started getting scared and backed up. But with Du Meiju, she was like the, I would say, the leader of this whole movement, and the reason why it started getting so much attention. She came out with a bunch of statements that I'm not going to get into, lots of back and forth, and of course his party accused her of lying and stuff. And there were some shady moments that she did lie about, but overall the verdict was that there was definitely something shady going on. So of course the police took their time to really look into it. All of these people, very hard to track down, especially when their statements go offline. And also especially when it's mostly he said, she said. Like nobody is really going to come out and admit, you know, to their guilt. And that's what he did for a long time. He was adamant that he was not guilty. And then for the past few months, we've been basically seeing not much about it. It's very low-key. They are trying to keep everything inside. But just on the 25th, so Friday, November 25th, it was officially announced that he was found guilty on charges of both R-word and assembling a crowd to engage in sexual misconduct. He was officially sentenced to 13 years and deportation. The Canadian embassy officials were also present during this sentencing. So the rumors for this was this is already the reduced sentence because there were just so many accounts of different women. Some of them were very young as well. Like I'm talking minors young, like 16, 17. I heard rumors last night that this was going to be announced and he had 17 to 18 years to serve. However, it looks like they reduced it. And this might not be the final amount of years that he has to serve, just because you can definitely appeal after a while, depending on his conduct in prison. They might allow him to reduce it even further. A lot of people are very mad about this now that we have an official verdict. They're saying that after going back, if all of those accounts were true, then he should not be able to appeal or get it reduced so much. because it looks like he was not guilty, it kept on happening again and again. I mean, he had like full parties for it. And yeah, it's something that's been going on for a very long time without the public's knowledge. He was also found guilty of tax evasion for 179 million yuan from 2019 to 2020, which is roughly 25 million USD. As a result, he'll be fined 600 million yuan, which is roughly 83 million USD. I've seen some confusion on where he'll be located. So the verdict is basically he will be serving his prison sentence in China. However, he'll be deported right after he finishes his sentence. It's so messed up that a lot of the reactions I've seen is that some people are still defending him. Like, he is going to jail and he has done horrendous, terrible things to women and young girls. I can't wrap my mind around people who are still standing to support him and saying that it's not his fault, or that they're still victim blaming the woman sometimes. I'm like, what is wrong with people? My heart goes out to the victims and women that are still getting bullied every single day because of this case. Like, let me read you a comment that has 200 retweets and around 100 likes right now on Twitter. And it's like one of the top reactions. And it says that basically a lot of people get proven innocent after decades of serving their time. They said, if not in 13 years, I'd be 34 and he'd be 44. So this person was saying that they just love him and they don't care about anything else. There are also a lot of conspiracy theories, but we're not going to get into them. Yeah, let me know your thoughts on this entire situation. Do you have other details that we've missed, or some further insight with concrete facts? Let me know down below. These types of videos, the comment section gets a little bit crazy, so I will be deleting or blocking people if you start fights or say something ridiculous and disrespectful to the victims. Let me know if you have any other questions to clarify, and I might do an update if there's enough of them. And yeah, once again, I do recommend watching my previous videos on this case. You can just search up his name in the search bar on my channel and you should find those videos, because I went into detail and I read a lot of the main points from these letters and back and forth messages and posts at the beginning in as chronologically ordered in a way that I thought would make the most sense. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.